Um, yeah, it's 9 o'clock. Welcome to the live stream that no one gives a fuck about and no one's talking about. I am your host of nothing. This is 8 people watching this shit. Um, I'm on the after 8 minutes because it is after 8, so I'm not breaking any laws or anything like that. Good evening. Welcome. Welcome to this. I don't know what the fuck it is, but you're welcome to it. We've got 9 people now. Well, we get into the. We had quite a lot of sugar today. The founder gaming. Good evening, sir. Are you well? Will you be dancing with girls this evening? Yeah, I'm going to start doing them. All right, creating my reality. Hello, love. You okay? Long time no see. I'm on a new Facebook, by the way. Uh, Rothsputin. Good evening. JJ. Good evening. Smock. Hello. I'm all right. 17 people watching this shit. Welcome. Denny Carr, good evening, Denny Carr. Are you well? Um, are you all set for Christmas? The big one is almost upon us. Should I do a Christmas Day live or a Christmas evening live? Should I do one tomorrow? It's not Christmas. It's not Christmas Eve tonight, is it? It's tomorrow. Perhaps I should have done one tomorrow. Hello, Bob. Are you well, Bob? How are you, Bob? I keep eating loads of shit. I was doing so well, and now I'm just quaffing shit. Yeah, it's just like it used to be. It's just me here. Will we get any guests on? I don't know. Hello, Helen Maiden. Are you well? Spoke to you today, so I know you're all right. As well as you can be. Let's put the link out. Let's see who's looking in the ether. Any chance of a Christian? No, I'm sorry. I just can't do things like, if I was in the mood, I just can't. You know how it is. It's like you have to be in the mood to do something, and if you're not in the mood, it's like you just make yourself look like a fucking. Yeah. I'm trying to stop swearing. I've started swearing rather a lot. So I'm trying to moderate that. It's scrubberish behaviour. I'm sure there'll be a Christopher Walken. I can't even say it. I'm sure there'll be a Christopher Walken impression at some point. So, Betty Swallocks, good evening. 22 people watching this. A Christmas evening stream would be nice, and hopefully people will spend Christmas cheer and goodwill to the. Yeah, I've been e-begging on Facebook. I'm thinking of actually going begging on the streets. Not because I really need to, but I've been watching programs about beggars, and then you can make between 40 and 80 pound in the right spot. You can make about 40 and 80 pound a day. I think that's in London though. You can make about 40 pound a day in London. Now Wigan, you'd have to fucking put that. Sorry, I swore. I'd put that down to £4 a day. You'd make £4 to £8 a day in Wigan if you on a good day. But yeah, begging. It seems to be a good job. It's a good career, really, isn't it? I got fired from work and trashing up the office and spraying orange paint everywhere in support of Stop Oil. Are you joking, Betty Swallocks? Are you actually joking, or did you actually really do that? Did I say hello, JJ? I can't remember. We've got 26 people. You're not joking? Well, you can fuck off then, you blue-haired, soy milk drinking fucking vegan twat. I don't want your type of people in this fucking chat. Well, fucking stop, oil, stupid cunt. Stop fucking you. How do I remove that off the screen now? Can't believe it. I've got some stop oil knobheads comment on me fucking. Imagine that. If I was his boss, I'd batter him. Spraying orange paint. The only place you should be spraying orange paint is in my fucking living room. Painting it. Fucking knobheads. Everything's made of oil. Most things are oil derivative. The paint, the cunt's throwing probably has a bit of oil in it. I bet his ear's full of fucking oil. I need to get rid of this. It's fucking winding me up now. Well, how the fuck do I get rid of that stop oil shit off my? Oh, done it. Can you believe that? What it comes on here and it comes on here wanting a fucking round of applause for throwing orange paint everywhere. What a fucking knobhead! I don't want them people near me. I don't want to be associated with them fucking people. I'm sorry. Yeah, welcome. It's Friday night. I'm ranting and raving, which can only mean one thing. Who's it? Ian can't beat the weed. Good evening, Johnny Hayworth. Good evening, Stephen Beatty. The one and only Stephen Beatty is in the place. Richie Smith's in this place. I'm not on about you, Richie Smith. You've missed it. You've missed something. It was nothing to do with you. Yes. Let's put the link up and see who's about and what's what. It's all right, Richie. 28 people watching this shit. 29 people minus a stop oil dickhead who's been thrown out. I saw once near the Trafford Centre, there's some trees near the Trafford Centre, and Extinction Rebellion had sprayed the fucking, or some representative of Extinction Rebellion had sprayed the Extinction Rebellion logo on a tree with an aerosol. So an Extinction Rebellion for the planet knobhead had sprayed the logo on a tree with an aerosol that damages the ozone layer. And the paint inside it probably has oil derivatives, I should imagine. That's the fucking level of intellect you're dealing with. Good evening, Tracy Nicklin. That is Mr. Ryder is still about. I even took a piss on the London Underground to show my support. Is it you? Is it you? What's back? Well done. Your mother must be proud of you. Thank you, Ian. Everybody hit like. Also, go and hit the Stop Oil protester. I wish I'd not washed my hair now, so it had oil in it. My hair was a bit greasy. But yeah, I've had enough of them cunts. They're just shit. They all want a good hiding, really. They all want to get a good hiding. You know, for the way they carry on. Is Bob Maynard? Are you actually serious, or are you joking? Enjoyed the live comedy, Jim, but you don't need the other. I don't tell you how to live your life, chip man. So please don't tell me how to live my life, or who I use or who I don't use. You know, it's me. I've not changed. I still, I'm the same. You know. I like Russell. Me and Russell Bland have been working together for a long time. We've had our fallouts. You know, we fell out on the last gig, but we're all that's left of a team of comedians, kind of thing. And yeah, it usually works well. Thank you for your advice, anyway. 33 people watching this shit. Dennis Carr, how are you? Denny Carr is there from Raconteurs News. Is Raconteurs News still going? Does anybody know? Is Raconteurs News still going? I asked a homeless man to piss in a lady's hair. Very good, Bob. Very good. Chipman, I don't want your advice, please. I don't want your advice, Chipman. Actually, to be fair, you have a point. I retract that. I retract that comment. I retract that comment, to be fair. I don't know where your spanner's gone, Richie. You've not been in... Northwest GPL. I don't know. Interesting choice of words, though. I think I know who you mean. It all went a bit. It all went a bit. It all went a bit wrong for them. You'll spray orange paint all over Wigan. You should do, because it could do with the fucking tart. It could do with tarting up. You can come and spray orange paint all over my living room if you want, because it needs a recoat. Papa Benoit says Dundee twinned with Wigan. That must mean am I a retard? I don't know. It's some slight of derision. I like that white slitter you had in your show with Lidders. I like that white slitter you had in your show. I don't know what you mean, Richie, to be honest with you. Has Raconteurs gone now? Everything's gone out there. There's no live streams now, is there? I think I actually spoke to Webby today, Denny. I spoke to Webby via text, checked in on him. I'll give you your spanner back, Richie, as long as you promise to be good. Let me try and bear with me, everybody. We're 13 minutes into this. It's not a show, is it? It's more of I don't know what it is. It's not a show. To be a show, it has to have some kind of show type thing. Bear with me. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Bear with me. I'm trying to find Richie Smith's spanner, if you're wondering what I'm doing. You phoned me, thought we were friends. Richie, what are you going on about? Richie, what are you on about? Right, sorry, back in the room, everybody. I apologise for that. I was giving Richie Smith a spanner. I will tell Webby, he was asking, what are you getting for Christmas, pal? I'm getting nothing for Christmas. I'm spending Christmas Day on my own because I'm a weirdo. Let's just stockpile. You phoned me, thought we were friends. Richie, what are you on about? What's going on here? What is this about? I've just given you your spanner back. What is this? What's the shittest Christmas present you've ever had? Well, my mum, God rest her soul, once bought me some jump leads. Practical, but shit. You know. Good evening, Haley Burr. Are you well, Haley Burr? I'm putting the link up. Anybody who comes on. Steve Beatty still in the room. If you want to donate to the channel, I think, yeah, you know, I have to say that. I have to say that. It's the law. If you want to donate to the channel, there is a link. Is there a link under here? Can someone clarify that for me? I'm not sure whether I've done it or not. Did they jumpstart your career? Evidently not, Ian, to be fair. Any beers in the fridge? Any beers in the fridge for Christmas? No, just my ex-girlfriend's head.
Oh.
Hello, Stephen. Are you well, sir? Welcome.
Hello. You all right?
I'm all the better for seeing you, to be honest.
I'm just trying to sort out the camera and the mic and all this bollocks. It's all new, isn't it? It's like we've never done this for ages.
No, I forgot some things. It's like learning how to ride a bike, though. You'll soon pick it up.
Yeah, we're all right then.
Yeah. So what's going on? Is there a Steve was on the cards, or is the book taking up all the time?
The book, yeah, it's taking up all the time, but we're going to try and do one over Christmas, I think.
You should do.
Yeah, at least one over Christmas. That's the idea.
When are you looking at a release for your book? Is it going to be summertime or
summertime at the best, I'd say. It takes forever, doesn't it?
Are you going to make an event? Are you going to put a night on somewhere where people can come to buy the book, or are you just going to do it directly online on a link off of that?
I don't know. There's a lot goes into it, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. But it might be better just selling it via PayPal. You know what I mean, and just putting a bit of extra on for postage or something. You know what I mean? And
it's at the point where we're trying to look for a literary agent.
Right.
Which is not hard to get.
Right.
No, which is hard to get, sorry. It's, so things like that. We have got a bit of an offer with Sean Atwood, something going on there.
Okay.
That might be the best option, other than ideally. So ideally, we want the book to go in the airports, don't we? And all the big shops and all that shit. That's the dream in it to get in there, but it's not that easy. You
need a distributor for that, don't you? You need distribution.
You've got to get in that top 5, which is very hard. So,
can you get it in your no? So can you get in Weatherspoons? Was it was that fucking book Waterstones? Can you get it?
Waterstones, yeah.
Can you? I forgot then. Jamie Boyle used to have his books in. I was going to say Weatherspoons again.
Yeah, Waterspoons.
His books are probably in Weatherspoons now, to be fair, but.
I was speaking to Sean the other day because I went to show what Jamie does with him or something. So Sean does his audio book.
Okay, yeah.
Jamie's got his own thing, and what it is, that self-publishing.
Yeah.
But when it's done with an audio book, he goes through Sean.
Right. So they're still working together then, yeah.
Well, they must be, yeah. I think so.
Yeah. Well, you're drinking Prime?
No, Cruz Campo.
Is that real ale?
No, it's just lager. I think it's Spanish lager. Cheap, obviously.
Right. How's Was then? Is he okay?
So he might be coming on in a bit.
All right, cool.
I told him young, but he's right, lazy bastard. He'll get settled into a movie and he won't. He's probably watching this.
Hello, Was.
He's a right shadow watcher.
I best put my earplugs in then if he's going to be coming on shouting.
I've got a podcast tomorrow.
Oh, who are you doing that for?
Tyrish Tarish Times. It's like he's an Irish lad in Thailand.
Oh, it's not Padraig, is it? There's a lad called Padraig. It's
that
not
rings
him.
a bell. That
he has a podcast called Parlay with Padraig, and he's had a few on. He had J.K. Abram on and all that, and he's a good lad. I went to J.K.
Has he died in?
Yeah, he had prostate cancer. He died.
Because he did with you, didn't he?
I went to his funeral.
Yeah.
I went the night before to his mum's house. And I saw him laid out. Like, it's
shame that one. It's
terrible. Just shows you the brevity of life, mate. We don't. It's over. You just don't know when it's over, do you? You have to make the most of it.
Totally.
I thought you was in Thailand though. You put something on Facebook and
no, it was my birthday. Everybody fell for it. I thought thanks for the 45th birthday. So I thought that's obviously I'm joking. From Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah, I think
so many people said, "I thought you were in Rio." I went, it was a bit of a joke. I thought it was an obvious joke, but obviously.
We're all a bit thick people, I think, as a real. We just take everything literally, don't we, kind of thing, and just kind of without investing. Yeah. Most of us, I think. But so, what's new with you? Have you got time off for Christmas now? Are you working through Christmas?
Not really. Been working as such, just doing bits of art and this is my little studio I've got here.
Right, cool. Well, you're quite right. You should be doing that because you're extremely talented.
I'll show you a little bit of it, how nutty I am. It's just absolute clattering junk everywhere.
What are you working on? Let me just say hello, Martin Redding's in. Hello, Martin Redding. Oh, so should I say hello?
Hello, Martin. Is he coming on?
Yeah, I was just. So, what are you working on at the moment in your studio?
I'm getting some backdrops ready. I'm doing like oil painting. So
Stop oil.
I just came on to that.
I just be careful you don't get some knobheads coming in throwing orange paint. Man, you could probably use a bit of orange paint.
I've got plenty.
But
so yeah, I'm just tossing it off basically in here.
Wow, fair play. Well, you never do tattooing again.
I've got all my gear there. I don't really fancy it, to be honest. I might do. Part of me thinks, because it is decent money, but I don't really like it, to be honest.
Is it a lot of pressure on your fingers? The tattooist? No.
It's never bothered me. I think if you do it for years, it can affect you, the vibrations. But there's no real vibrations anymore, these machines.
Is it kind of like a kind of a form of like white finger? Is it?
I think back in the day, but with the way they are now, it's just a very light buzz. Yeah.
But anybody wants a tattoo or a painting of the family or the dog or anything? See, Steve's very good at that.
No, I don't like doing things like that.
Do you like creating original pieces rather than just replicating?
I like to do whatever I want to do, and it's that simple. Well, whatever it is, I just want to do what I want to do. If people ask me to do it, it turns into a job, and I don't enjoy it.
No, well, that's the true nature of the artist, isn't it? Free expression rather than being paid to do shit. That takes the fun away from any aspect of art, doesn't it? When you kind of pay.
I quite like doing for a friend. I think I'd do something decent.
Yeah.
And I quite like that. Because like when people are happy with it, there's a bit of gratification in there.
A naked woman who comes in and says, "Paint me like one of your French girls, Stephen."
Oh, is that found again, huh?
But he'd be dancing with them. So, what you do for Christmas? Are you spending it with your son?
No, he's in Barcelona.
Are you chilling? Are you chilling with? Are you going to see Was at Christmas?
Yeah, I think we're going to do the live possibly, but we might try it. Me from here and him from there, like the way we used to do it.
Right.
And I think we're doing a bit of the audio book. We're going to do a sample of that. So even though the book's not ready, we're going to try a bit of audio. 'Cause
Right.
We've got loads of studio gear between us and shit. So, we're
So
gonna
are,
have a
are
go
you
at it.
going to record? So are you going to record the audio book yourself?
Most likely, Woz is going to do it.
Yeah.
He's going to do the voice because I'll fucking stutter and it'll take me forever. I just won't be able. I can't do my own voice.
Well,
I'm
you
going
have
to
to
do
put-
like.
I know, but Steve, you'll have to put a fucking disclaimer on the packet saying like that.
What she reads.
Please turn down the volume of
Yeah.
this audio book as it is it's a very high decibel rate kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Well,
And then
there's
I
that.
was in jail. Then I was in jail. Yeah.
I'm
Martin
watching this
Redding-
now. Telling you
I was
when.
early, before I came on here. I was watching that episode of Steve and Was where Martin Redding went on a tirade.
Oh yeah, I was watching the other day, yesterday. I think trying to catch up with you.
It
I
was,
can't remember that. I remember him being pissed.
He just was he was very angry with me, and it just went.
Yeah.
It was funny actually. I like it. You know what I mean? I was kind of clip some bits out of it, you know, and
Yeah, you
kinda
can
use it.
definitely.
But Martin, come on.
I don't know where that one way was on yours, wasn't it? When friend Twitter me a fish or something.
Yeah, fuck off, Was.
Fuck off.
Smack you around the face with a fucking kipper.
That's
He is he is unique. To be fair, he's a national treasure. You know,
Yeah,
but,
well, I don't. This looks shit here and all that.
Are you not rating it?
Well, to do a podcast, it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right for a live stream, but you
Yeah, for a live stream.
it's kind of like. So, all right, so are you doing one of these over the internet? Like,
Yeah, it's going to be over the internet like this. That's why I've just plugged this in again, and I've got the other camera working.
Right, I'm going to for people are asking about this.
Podcast.
Yeah, it's the Steve and Was thing. Well, I think it's the banged up. I'll put a link in here.
Have you not got to watch it yet? It's still hard to find.
What the
Banged Up Abroad.
No, I've not got around to say. I can't find it on Fire Stick or anything. So,
Oh, if you got a Fire Stick, I'm getting a Fire Stick tomorrow. Actually,
yeah,
the first ever Fire Stick.
You know what? They're really good, but I find most films now are just shit. So
That's why I'm not that asked about it.
10 minutes, most films.
Shit on.
Do you know what I watched last night? Pumping Iron with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh yeah.
70s and stuff. And it made me want to start doing weights again, you know, and midlife crisis.
76, right? Was it 76?
Yeah, mid 70s, wasn't it? Kind of thing, 76, 77, I think. But yeah, very few films I can sit there and watch, and you just think this is fucking crap. You know what I mean? I like documentaries. There's some good documentaries on them, and I'd rather watch them. Really,
yeah.
I watched that Arnold documentary against Schwarzenegger. That was.
Yeah, well, I've seen that somewhere.
It's Netflix. It's on the Netflix.
Yeah, I've seen it in that. Oh, it must be a Waddington or a Waddington.
It's the Arnold one's better than the Sylvester Stallone one because Arnold was in.
Not seen that. Yeah.
Arnold was in depth about how he cheated on his wife and how he fucked up, but Stallone's kind of. I don't know. He doesn't talk about the death of his son, which I thought was very fucking weird because that's a big fucking thing in your life, isn't it? You know what I mean? It just skates over it. It doesn't.
Whose son?
Stallone's son died of a drug overdose.
All right, I didn't know that.
His son died of a drug overdose. Anyway, that link I've just put up there is the Steve and Was show where Martin Redding abuses me till he gets thrown off for having it. It was just about to have a tirade at transsexuals and Was threw him off kind of thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's nice to see you again, Steve.
Yeah, I remember him being on one, doing the all right. Right, fucking get him off.
He's you know, sometimes he's full of joy. Then he's a full spectrum of emotion, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Well, it's fun, isn't it? He's a character.
Entertaining. I don't know where he's gone now, but he might be charging his phone up, or he might be just crying on couch. I don't know. It could be anything.
Mad Friday, isn't it? I've not done one of them for years.
Me, you know what? I couldn't think of anything more horrific.
So
I couldn't think of nothing more horrific than going up Wigan, 10 deep at the bar, just being jostled to the bar, coming away from the bar with all those knobheads. You come back with half a pint because you're still there. No, I'm glad I'm old. I'm glad I've done all that rubbish. You know what I mean? I can just sit in. I've got some After Eight mints, which incidentally don't really taste like After Eight mints used to taste. Like nothing.
Why?
They've kind of. They don't actually smell. I don't know. They don't actually smell as minty as they did. Don't quote me on this. If you go to your families and things, or your grandma's over Christmas, anybody, and they've got After Eight mints, you tell me if I'm wrong. It might be my sense of smell because it's got. They just don't smell After Eight minty anymore.
Did you used to do that? I'm sure we all did, because it was always your mum got them, weren't it? Usually that were for mums, but then you'd sneak in and like you'd take one out and try and make it look like you hadn't had one.
Yeah. You put the packet back in.
Do you put the packet back in or something? There was some kind of trick that and she knew. She go, Stephen, have you been into me after mints? No, it must have been one of our sisters.
I tried that with my dad's cigs. I just used stuff After Eight mint packets in his as I pulled a cigarette. We kind of cottoned onto it, kind of thing, you know. Martin says he's got issues with the internet where he's staying. You've got more than issues with the internet, Martin, but we're not going to go there while it's Christmas.
Nicole's here. I can see the chat now, Nicole?
Denny, hello, Nicole. Denny Carr, family of Raconteurs News. Raconteurs News is gone. Do you remember Raconteurs News?
He died, didn't he?
Yeah, but the show kept it going a bit longer. But I believe it's all right.
What was it called that died?
Sorry, mate. I'll shut up.
What was it called that died?
Jason. Do you remember there were so many people doing live streams? I think lockdown was the heyday, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we have fuck all else to do, didn't we?
Yeah, no, it's just gone on it. It's really hard. But now there's 41 people watching this, so it's probably because you're on, Steve.
Oh, I doubt it. Do you know the what's it called, that Decker-Eggy thing? You've been following all that kind of.
Video Craig's vanished, hasn't he? You know.
I heard you say it. I don't really follow. I've seen him. He's not for me. All that. It's too much. You find yourself watching it all, and although it's entertaining, you question what the fuck you're doing. Yeah, exactly. Once you start watching it, next minute you're getting sent all over. But the thing is that Decker-Eggy, where he arrested, that's where my family's from, in the Philippines, in Cebu.
All right, yeah.
So when it came up, somebody said he's been arrested in Cebu. I'm like, what? You know, of all, because obviously the Philippines is a big place, but for him to be in the place where, and my family are all military police there.
All right, yeah.
I was actually with my sister-in-law the day before yesterday, but she's not the police, but all their family are all the police. And when I've stopped there before, I've stopped there with them. Like I kind of wanted to kind of go, hey, do you know anything about blah, blah, blah? I'm thinking, don't get involved with all that shit.
It was on national news, though, but you know what? He never helped himself, him. He should have come off social.
He should have fucking weirdo, weren't he?
And he did. You know what he'd do?
Odd.
He'd announce when something good was going to happen. He'd announce it over social media, so the trolls would get on it, and he'd say, "I'm going to be in a film on Netflix." So they'd always like contact Netflix and saying, "Do you know he's announced?" Or whatever he did. You know, if you're in that situation, what I would have done is just come off YouTube, and it did, and nobody knows what you're doing then, do you? And just go ghost for a bit, as they say.
But he's massively addicted to it. He's addicted to the buzz of being slagged off and doing all that, because you just wouldn't. I don't know.
Plus, as well, though, he used to make a lot of money in donations. Wow. He had a lot of people sending him money, so you know it's one of them. But no, they don't help themselves. And that corner of YouTube, though, it's horrible, isn't it? It's just
it's mental. But when you watch it, you think, right, I'm bringing it on myself. That's what annoys me. Let them be fucking mental. The fact that I watch it is more mental. But I like to think I'm better than this watching this shit. I just started watching that Shadow Boxer thing through that.
Oh.
And I thought, oh, it's funny because he lived in Thailand or something. There's a connection. I started watching it. Oh, it's fucking funny, this cunt. I thought it's a bit of a wind up. It's not real, is it? It's a bit of a joke. Then they're all calling him a nonce and all that. Thinking, oh, for fuck's sake. And then somebody put a link on. I looked at it, and he is a convicted fucking rapist.
Yeah, I mean, as you know,
for fuck's sake.
As you know, through my channel, and the word nonce has been bandied about so much, but in a couple of cases, it's true.
And that's what I was kind of pissed off with. I thought, I'm not buying all this shit. Everybody's going to say it anywhere. And I've just seen this link. I thought, this looks like a real one. And I seen the proper newspaper clip. And that's all, unless it's a cheat. I don't think it is. But I just thought, here we fucking go again. Just stop watching it. Unsub to them so you can't. Algorithm finally catches up after a little bit.
Well, you know what? I mean,
in line.
It's mostly men in the mid-40s and 50s that are, and you've got some people, the odd one in the 60s, and they're all at this, and you'd expect it of like 15-year-old lads.
Oh, God.
But it's like fucking grown-up men, and let's all gang up on him now, and then they turn on it. I've seen you just sit back and watch it, and then they turn on each other, and then there's nobody. There's no much in that corner of YouTube now. Decareggi's gone. He was like the sun of the universe, and now that star's gone. It's all and loads of these channels have got nothing. There's nothing to talk about because Decareggi was the thing, and now he's gone.
Yeah, the fans of it. That's why you should do the lives more and get it fucking going again.
Yeah. Fuck, I don't want to get started.
Can I just say to Richie Smith, one of the last time we did the live, we genuinely couldn't hear what you were saying. You know, it looked like we were taking the piss. Richie, we could not hear what you were saying, mate.
Did you see Fighting Trolls? He ladybug right up. I don't know what that means. It's. I mean, Fighting Trolls was a part of that car, but he seems sort of slinked away. I don't know.
Do you know what I didn't think he was that much in part of it. He didn't get it. Seems when I seen him on lives, I went to him. He was trying to avoid it. That's why I felt. But he was in that corner, and once you're in that corner, it's tough shit.
Hello, Topic Talk. Good evening, John Hayworth. What is a bacon? Well, apparently, a bacon is Cockney rhyming slang for bacon bonce, which is nonce. So if you hear somebody saying bacon who's not in a butcher's shop on YouTube, apparently it's Cockney rhyming slang for bacon bonce, which is nonce. And apparently the word nonce is it was on prison doors of perverts, and it said not on normal courtyard exercise. So the word nonce comes from not on normal courtyard exercise, and it was the nonce was written on the door of offenders of certain things. So there you go, a bit of education for you.
I had to teach them, mate, in Risley. Not teach them. I was a teacher's helper, which was fucking weird. Do you know? So I've been in the prison system for about 8 months, not done any work. I was trying to get in the art studio. My mate Alan next door, he was helping. He was doing, that was his job. He says, I'm going to a DCAT soon. You can have my job. I went, oh, fucking brilliant. He says, but you'll have to go on with the nonsense in the afternoon first, and then the normal. I went, oh, fucking hell. So I don't think I can do that. He says, I do it. He says, to be honest with you, it's easier than the normal classes. They just get on with it. I said, I know, but fucking be in a room with you know, when people have, you don't even want to think, do you?
No.
It was very bizarre. But I did it in the end, and to be honest, you don't make no contact with them. They just sit down, get on with their thingy. They're all like middle-aged white fellas, basically.
Yeah, just be careful what you say on here though, because you'll have some
Yeah.
fucking cunt clipping this saying Steve Beattie
Yes.
was a nonce enabler in prison. You know what I
I've
mean?
told it on other podcasts, and I thought he'd get more shit for that, to be honest. But
you know,
well, it was fucking weird. I wouldn't recommend it. But when you've no choice, sometimes it is what it is, isn't it?
Needs must, I suppose. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah. So the book is looking.
So we're still doing it more editing, but it's just got to keep going over it and over it.
Exactly. Isn't it the most painstaking thing you've ever done?
Oh my god! This bit, well, part of it, I actually enjoy doing this bit again. You have a bit of a break from it as you go into different chapters. You go, all right, that doesn't make sense there, or you can see it after a bit of a break. You think, oh, it'd be better if we said this. That'd be, things like that. Just continuously tidying it up without going too far as well.
Well, do you know what? My book, as you might remember, didn't have any chapters, so it was one long tirade of words. Speaking of nonsense, anyway, as we was doing. Good evening, Martin.
Good evening.
Happy Christmas.
Hello, welcome.
Happy Christmas.
Some bloke.
Yeah, happy Christmas and welcome.
And here he is, not of normal criminal elements. Martin.
Yeah. I thought your book was good, Jim. I thought your book was great. Okay.
Apart
minor criticisms.
Apart from the overuse of the word Dickensian, that I apologise for. These are the new glasses you've got?
My other glasses they've become so bad, and I've got I keep putting off my eye test. So these are just ones I bought out of a packet, like £3 from Boots.
You look like an East End gang. You look more sinister now. You look like an East End gang lord. You look more sinister, like where the bodies are buried.
I do know where a few bodies are buried, Jim. That's true. Yeah, I'm going to try and move the camera up somehow.
I'm still doing the same, trying to get this fucking light out.
I need to make a cup of tea. Can you two all the thought?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, well, when I stop cutting my head off.
Welcome to the Steve and Marty show. Anyway.
I'm very professional, aren't I? Yeah.
Martin, have you seen that clip when you went mad at our James here?
Yes. Well, no, I'm hang on, just trying to get my phone sorted out. I'm really embarrassed about that, to be honest.
You've worse than you said worse.
It wasn't my finest hour. Jim had been winding me up all week, saying,
no, he wouldn't do that.
Telling me I was a miserable old fuck and all this stuff, and but I needed to set goals, and he was like, he's getting his dietary plans sorted out and all that stuff. I had one too many sherries and just went a bit mental, and it wasn't my finest hour at all.
Have you had a beer tonight? You look pretty sober.
Well, I'm having some mulled wine and stuff like that. Christmas stuff, mulled wine, mulled cider, and Harvey's Bristol cream with ice.
What, 3 drinks all in one, like a cocktail?
It's kind of like a sherry. Sherry's like an old lady's drink, but I like it.
Yeah.
So, especially with ice, it's quite, it's something in between. You can sip away.
Is Susha sherry? Well, I'm not saying you're an old lady.
It's one of those things. It's a kind of in joke with me and Jim, where if I'm talking nonsense, he'll just say to me, just fuck off, back to your sherry, like that, get back to the sherry. And it's become like a kind of joke between us. Like sherry trifle was something that my mother made and my grandma and stuff like that. And and I've actually bought some of the stuff. So I've actually bought some fucking Harvey's Bristol cream, which for the people in the audience, that's not a euphemism.
The Brighton Bricktop.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So when I do support Brighton, though I live in St Leonard's, I'm a Brighton fan, but I'm not of the rainbow inclination. I am not that I mind what people do, but I just hate all that politics bollocks. Yeah.
You're close to Brighton, aren't you? Where you are?
So yeah, I mean, actually, to the actual ground, it's a really easy train ride. So you actually go from a place called Warrior Square to Falmouth. Yeah, I'm about so Brighton is about halfway between where I used to live in Horsham, which is like the posh town 10 miles away from Crawley. And yeah,
Is that where you're from? Is that where you were born and raised in that area?
I was born and raised. Yeah, I was born in Horsham, in one road, Hurst Road, Horsham. I was born, educated, worked
Jim,
for most of my life.
Jim, would you swap your accent? If you had your choice, would you swap the accent for Martin's?
Me?
Yeah.
I would like to speak more. I wish I see having an accent like this is a terrible hindrance in a lot of ways. It all sounds very. No one really takes you seriously, and they obviously, as soon as you open your mouth, they judge you as what you are.
Yeah, you don't understand.
It'd be way better having this accent, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you really don't understand though, because where I lived in Horsham, literally, as I just said, it's less than 10 miles. In fact, the towns are now becoming entwined, and Crawley is one of the most basic places in the country. It's like it's the town that was built to provide the workers for Gatwick Airport, and and I actually went there. My further education technical college was there. And so if I hadn't have spent half my life in Crawley, I would probably be totally cut glass 1950s English. But because I've spent a huge amount of my time in Crawley and then the East End of London, I'm less polished than I wish to be fair.
Really?
You're still more polished.
Yes.
You still sound very polished. The only time you sound common is when Jacob comes on.
Yes, yeah.
Have you seen that was me a few years ago with the flat cap on, Steve, many moons ago.
I feel Jacob's the real deal, and Jacob's the real deal, and shows me up for the fake Jew that I really am.
You're only a quarter. Am I right in thinking, Martin? You're only a quarter of a Jew, and Jacob's a half a Jew.
Yes, yeah.
He's got a quarter. He's got a quarter of a Jew. He's a quarter more Jew than you. It sounds like a song, that.
Yeah, but I have got a really good. I've got a trump card. I've got a trump card because my grandfather, he actually he was stationed there as during the British Mandate. So when it was British Mandate Palestine, before the Declaration of Independence in Israel. So I have quite a lot of history, and bizarrely, it was one of those things that my mum sort of taught me, and I know all the names of everything, everything in Germany and fucking Israel everywhere. I don't know why. My sister doesn't know any of it. She thinks I'm, she didn't have that for some reason. My mum drummed it into me. I don't know why.
Anyway, let's veer away from Israel, Palestine shit, because there's somebody else's channel can talk about that. Fucking let's talk about people.
My granddad was killed in the war. He was killed in the German concentration camp.
Yeah.
Fell off a turret. That old one.
I was waiting. I was half thinking then, is this true? And I was half thinking, no, is it fell
I've heard this before, haven't you? That's it, yeah.
Was it Burning Man? My granddad was an unorthodox. What was it? My granddad was I can't even say the word. My granddad was an unorthodox. Can't even fucking say it. My granddad was an unorthodox Jew. He was a Nazi. Which I don't really get really, but it's a bit funny, But yeah, what was I going to say then? I forgot what I was going to say. Martin, what are you doing for Christmas? Are you going to get drunk and cause a scene in front of your family?
Well, I'm having a Christmas on my own. I've got this. I'm in this big house. My sister and her husband have driven to Norway, like via the tunnel, which is bizarre. They've driven to France, Belgium, Germany, Denmark to Norway in an electric car. Unbelievable. And my boys are coming down to see me somewhere, during the festive time. But other than that, I'm here with Wilbur, the young man I introduced the other night, the little furry guy.
I'm on my own Christmas Day, Martin. Shall we do a special Christmas Day live for sad old fucks?
I think we need someone who can play the violin. Doesn't matter how well, who can be in the corner just playing the violin, whilst me and you just kind of say how sad we are.
We need a neo-Nazi from. We need a 20-something neo-Nazi from London who's become a caricature of himself to just
I tell you what, I've been watching, Jim. I don't know if anyone else has got on YouTube, but this is amazing. I've graduated from realistic log fires to these it's kind of like a cartoon version of a snug study with a sleeping cat and a Christmas tree and snow coming down, and it plays relaxing jazz music in the background. And these videos go on for 48 hours. You just leave them playing in the background while you stare into the abyss.
You sometimes watch them naked with just your Christmas hat on.
I do, Jim. You know me so well. With a pair of Tyrrell's crisps, the glass of sherry in hand.
Sherry in hand, and what's in the other hand?
Yeah, exactly.
Put your sherry down or you'll spill it.
Exactly. You have to take it slowly. That's the thing.
We've got Steve Beattie identifying as Fred Dibner.
Yeah, I know. It's a good selection of headgear on tonight.
I know my wig, my Velcro fastened wig as well.
Well, if it is, Jim, it's a very good one, so I wouldn't worry about it.
So, have you any? I'll tell you what, here's an interesting one for you, slightly political. What do you think of Trump's chances of 2024?
I think he's going to win. I'm actually convinced he's going to win.
And they're trying to do this thing now that where certain states are saying we don't recognise Trump as a candidate.
Yeah. It's Colorado, but I can't see that.
California.
The whole thing.
In California.
No, it was Colorado, not California. It was Colorado.
I saw something on TikTok, so it must be true. Saying.
Yeah, I mean, there's this new film coming out in the new year. Alex Garland of the Beach Annihilation fame, Ex Machina, and it's called Civil War. And he kind of proposes that it all kicks off. He doesn't really put it down from the trailers I've seen as a left or right wing secession, and he actually has California and Texas joining together in a secessionist war against the the Union. It all looks pretty good. It's got Jesse Plemons is in it.
Martin, what's your thoughts on Stop Oil? Do you think they need a good hiding?
Like I just said, I'm being convinced by some of my more sort of what do you call them? Awakening friends. I don't hate that phrase. About seed oils. They kind of their inflammation and stuff. You should not be using rapeseed oil. You should be using olive oil and avocado and all this stuff. So I did jest earlier in saying just stop using seed oil, but I don't really know enough about it.
But I think I'm on about these dickheads who squit orange paint everywhere.
No, they're absolute knobheads. But do you think that person, Jim? I do think that maybe they were trying to be a dickhead. They didn't really do that. It's the sort of thing that I would come out and say. I wouldn't mean it. I think maybe you kind of you booted them out before they actually realised that.
I was overreacting as usual when I always kind of overreact with these things and just fucking bull by the horns kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe if it was a genuine kind of thing and that's what they really did, which I very much doubt. I think it was somebody trying to make a Friday night joke, to be honest.
Nicole, this is an interesting comment. I will leave the US if Trump gets re-elected. I thought America had gone to shit under Biden. I thought that America had gone to shit under Biden, and all, so that's a very interesting comment.
The thing is, they can't really do a hell of a lot, though. It's like, when Obama came in, he was going to do all this amazing stuff, wasn't he? Change and everything. He did fuck all. Nothing. Literally everything he tried to do was stopped. His healthcare bill was watered down, so it became meaningless. He was against Iraq, but he got involved in all these wars. He became Mr. Drone Killer. It's like everything. All the people that Trump appointed last time, most of them kind of resigned after 2 months, and new people came in. He is a lot of mouth and trousers, and he's good entertainment value. But he's probably less likely to get America into wars than the Democrats, to be fair. I think he's horrible. Personally, he's a massive, he is like a bully, when he was having that golf course in Scotland and, slagging everyone off. He's, you wouldn't want to be around him, would you? He's funny to observe, but he's not a great guy, but the world.
I would like to see you and Trump debate, Martin, when you've had sherry. Fuck off! Fuck off! Martin.
Well, Donald Trump is famously, because of his brother, is famously a teetotaler, so I don't think he would think too much of it.
Will DeVorkis does a good Trump impression. Martin, I would just, fuck off! Fuck off, you cunt!
No.
Being dragged into the White House.
I contacted Will the other night, on I think Wednesday, and no, I apologise for a few of my comments. And we had a nice conversation, really nice conversation. It was good.
I hope you ended it with your gas is free.
I didn't, no. I do have one utility which is free. I don't want to talk about it on the internet because I don't want them to find me out, but I haven't fucking paid for it.
Speaking of your gas is free, have you heard about it? There's this particular company, and what they do, you contact your current gas supplier and you say, can I settle up and get my final bill? And for £500, these people, this is like if you've got pay-as-you-go meters, I think, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. They'll fit you this special meter for £500, and then that's a one payment, and then it doesn't register gas, and you get free gas or something. So I don't know how it works.
There's always fiddles. It's like sorry.
No, but the thing
it's like the current vogue for like modified fire sticks to get IPTV, free channels and sport and everything. And they're trying down a scare campaign at the moment, aren't they? Sort of say you're going to get a knock on the door. That's just actually bollocks because, like, actually, so many people are using them. They're just going for the people who are actually, doing it. But that's been an issue for years. I used to know a Sky engineer when Sky was being rolled out with satellite dishes.
Yeah.
And they could just change your box so you could get all the sports and cinema and everything. It's changed a lot now. Now they're doing it all by streaming. It's much easier to kind of codify, what you're seeing. But yeah, it's possible. It's one of the good stories.
Is that about right?
Well, you don't even. Yeah, I don't do it myself. I don't do it myself. I'm old school. I pay for one thing and I use other people's accounts for all the rest of it. All genuine stuff.
I've got a massive TV near. Somebody give it me. I've never even switched it on yet. I don't even know how to do it.
I used to be like that. See, I went for like 3 years without watching TV. Now I've become a bit of an addict. There was a great story in the news. I know people sort of diss the BBC, but their news website is a great source of information for things that are going on. If you don't want to believe them, you can read the story there and then look at somebody else's version elsewhere. And there's this Albanian 18-year-old who looks like he's about 10 years older, who's got like autism, and he's such a good hacker. He's just busted into everybody's stuff, and they've actually put him into a secure unit on a lifetime tariff because he's so dangerous. when he was being held in a bail hostel, he managed to hack into systems just using a modified Fire Stick and a mobile phone. It just shows you how vulnerable. And this was like massive companies. It was like Cisco Systems and Microsoft and fucking BBC and Netflix and everything. And he's just like, it just shows you with the right knowledge how everything could come crashing down tomorrow.
A mate of mine just got out at Nick. They've got computers in the cells now. They've got keyboards, a flat screen. They can't get online. Well, they probably can, but they can only access a certain thing. It's probably for education or something. But they've literally
Educational purposes.
They've got a flat screen, keyboard, and some kind of access. And another one of my dodgy mates, I seem to have a few of them. He got done for he was an internet hacker. Got sent down. They let him on the computers. He put 50 quid in everyone's account in the jail.
Yeah. It's. I mean, it's so true. You'll know that. One of my friends back in like Alan Wright's days, he went in for like stealing beagles and setting meat trucks on fire, and he came out like an absolute kind of like whiz kid at scamming the government, every kind of benefit fraud, kind of any like grant you could claim for and everything like that. He was into, he came out a criminal mastermind.
British jails are quite a. Would you say, Steve, in your experience, British jails generally are quite a breeze?
Absolutely, but I will say, and it's only come out a couple of weeks ago. He said that what they're doing now, he's from round here, obviously. He ended up being in Wales in one of these new prisons. They're building these prisons like the American style. Now, I don't fully know what that means. He said it's like the American system. So maybe in these big rooms together, and it's all, he says it's fucking, it's a private system or something. I said, is that for the good or bad? He went, no. I said, it's shit. He says, but does that mean it's shit for him, or it's hard to tell when they say it's shit? Because like when I hear people say it was shit in England, it was an absolute doddle. It really fucking is. The only problem is you're dealing with other prisoners. Well, I'm going to say you want to escape that, but you want to escape it in England.
Yeah.
If you were in Japan, doesn't matter what the other people are really like. It's the system that you're stuck with, and everybody has to go into it. Whereas in England and America, it looks fucking horrible in many ways.
It was, everybody, all that thought, Steve. Webster's in. Everybody, your gas is free. Paul Webster's in.
Mine's free.
Nice to see you, Paul. I hope you're well. Spoke to you today. Anyway, sorry I've not texted you back yet. I'm really shit, but so it's quite a doddle. It's quite a doddle over here at the minute, but it might change as things progress.
Yeah, well, it's definitely changing what he's saying, but they've got, from what I've seen, they've got so many. Back in the day when you can get a slap and all that shit, people, there's none of that. Everybody's got the rights to them. The prison office shouted at me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just fucking stupid. Like the schools and all that shit.
Well, they'll have to pander now in prisons to people who identify as cats and things, won't they? And all that carry on.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be a good thing, though, Jim. Maybe that would be a good thing. People, furries and cats and people in dresses and stuff. Maybe that will help things out. I don't know. I personally
would that help your stay, Martin, if you was potentially an inmate, if there was a man in a dress?
I wouldn't hack it. I would be. I hate to say it, but I would be one of those people who top themselves very soon. When I was incarcerated, back in just before COVID, one night in the police cells. And I knew that if they didn't believe me, if they thought that I was guilty rather than innocent, and I was kept there another day, I'd have done something. I know I would. There's certain people who can't hack it. Certain people can't hack it, and I'm one of them.
I've been in cells a couple of times overnight, and once 12 hours in the day, and I have to be honest with you, I kind of enjoyed it. You got some Mr. Juicy orange juice. I remember it was called Mr. Juicy. The bacon was a bit overdone, or hindered, as my father. The word my father used to word the bacon was a bit pindered, but
The thing is,
it would be good to go to jail. Do you know why? Because I would like to.
In some ways.
No, in the sense of Steve, I would like to test my mental strength. Of
I wouldn't.
Yeah, you'd be right. You'd be right. Honestly, it's surprising what you can adapt to.
Yeah.
Especially like as long as we don't have contact with other people.
Yeah.
It's fucking sound. Honestly, it's stress free. Sit there, writing, reading, just chilling out. You haven't got anything in your pocket. You've got no phone. You've got no this and that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'd like to try as well? There's that SAS show where he does wins. Now,
yeah.
I don't think I'd be great at the physical stuff, but I would like to try. This might sound bizarre and perverted. I would like to try the mental torture to see how far I could, how much I could cope with mental torture. Totally. Because I like to think I'm quite fucking mental, but strong as well. So I would like to see. I would like to see whatever I don't know what the proper. I think they make you listen to weird sounds for it or horrible sounds for hours on end, don't they, or something?
I've just been watching the full series of that on YouTube. I'm not sure what country it was. I feel like
Australia. It'll be Australia, won't it?
It might have been. I feel like they were in the Middle East somewhere, maybe.
Right.
Where they filmed it. I can't fucking think. But it was good. It was good to watch. It is pretty real because, you know, like TV programs and all like this and that. Out of maybe 20 of them, I think only 2 of them made it. You can see a lot of them pussying out and all that shit. But it's physically very bad at heart, isn't it?
Let me tell you, if you're looking for a podcast to watch that isn't shit, which is quite hard work these days, to be fair, they're all fucking burned out fucking criminals and fucking.
Yeah, I've got a bit bored watching them.
Yeah, I can't.
There's lots of good ones. There's lots of good ones if you list the audio ones rather than interviewing ex-cons.
Yeah.
There's lots of stuff.
Let me just say, Ollie Ollerton, the SAS, is one of the presenters of that, or one of the kind of hosts, for want of a better word, of that show. He has a fantastic podcast, and he was talking about visualization and manifestation, and he visualized the battle. He said he was working overseas, doing security in Iraq. And he said, well, this mission, this time they had to go to the airport and pick an auditor up. And he says to his mate, this is bad, this, because they're bringing an auditor in to see if they would need security or not. He says, what we need really is to be ambushed on the way. And he manifested the ambush. He says he went through every aspect of it happening and he visualized it. He could smell the bullets and all that. And actually on the way to pick up this fella, there was ambushed. And I was on the way back when the fella was in the car, and there was ambushed. And he said he visualized it. He visualized the outcome, and he actually visualized at the end where he got handed a glass of champagne when it all went kind of when they fought off the marauders. And but it's really proper into that manifestation.
What's that on, Jim?
It's the James English Ollie Ollerton podcast. Is it James English? I'm sure it is. Yeah, I'm sure it's James English.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, Jim. They quite often do that. It's you hire that, so they'll even hire in forces. They'll hire like an outside team that from people who've left and ex-pros and stuff like that to like ambush people and kidnap people and stuff like that. It's mental.
I tell you what pissed me off when I watched the program, right? I'm watching it, I'm getting into it and all that. And are you watching that? Say each, because you can watch it one after the other, but it's an hour and like 5 episodes in. They went, it's only like for fucking 10 days. I'm like, what? So I'm thinking, right, so back then these were giving it all, well, it's impossible. They've only been in for like fucking 24 hours.
Yeah. It's But it's celebrities, isn't it? Especially them ones. But I would like to try it. I probably couldn't cope with the physical aspect of it because it is a bit much. You know what I mean?
I do think that's enough though. If you are held without charge, whether it's in a cell on the back of a police van, and people are calling you loads of shit and telling you loads of stuff, and you don't know what's going to go on, it is really scary. Within minutes, half an hour, a couple of hours is too much.
Program is there's a massive thing that you can always go. It's a TV show. But I know that where say if you're in the army and others because they genuinely do fucking die sometimes, don't they? There's a few died in Wales, aren't there? On these, they've been pushed to the limit. Yeah. There really is a genuine chance you could die, and where they push you. Whereas in a TV show, you're always going, look, it's not going to go that far.
No, they can't.
Okay. I'm not gonna say I was like I wouldn't be able to do any of this forces stuff. But my worst experience, I was on a protest. This was back in '97, and our coach was stopped. We had a coach, and all these masked people, blacked up, came on. No numbers, no insignia. We didn't know whether they were on our side, or obviously there was a law because of the way they were talking and their stature and the physique. And I'm not joking. They dragged about 20 of us off this coach to the side of the road, put our heads down, put plastic ties on us, pushed our heads down. And I thought, fuck, this is a rogue unit. We're all going to be shot. And half the people pissed themselves. Everyone was screaming. The people on the coach were going mental. And then all of a sudden, some fucking commander pulled off his mask and said, no, these are not the ones we're looking for. And they all went. And that was in this country on a
that was you
fucking protest against a cat farm. So,
you doing that,
people have no idea what goes on. People have no idea what goes on.
Martin Redding, are you tough enough?
I wasn't tough enough, but I didn't piss or shit myself. So, I just thought this was it. I literally did. I thought it's a bunch of nutters. Like,
what were you doing, Martin? I've lost it a bit. What were you doing?
It was Martin? Like, I've been on here before. I used to be like really into like the whole animal rights scene. So it was an anti-vivisection protest against a cat breeding place. Yeah. If people look it up, they can look it up.
Greenpeace and all that.
No, it wasn't Greenpeace. We were. They were quite right. We were the extremists. they had the right people, but they didn't know it.
So is this cat breeding firm still active?
I have no idea, Jim. I've no idea. It's 1997. Okay, I've not been involved since then. So yeah, it's all nostalgia.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
No, I think it was closed down. But what happens is completely pointless because if, like anything, if we go back to stop oil, if you stop it here, then so if you stop, vivisection here, breeding animals, they're just going to go and do it in China, which is what they do. If you just stop offshore drilling in this country, it's actually greener to have oil that comes from the North Sea gas and oil, than it is to import liquefied natural gas and oil from fucking Texas.
Can I ask about them lot and them types? I'll say it doesn't matter what they're complaining about. If they didn't have that, they go on to something else.
Yeah,
it's not the thing. Yeah. It's the complaining what they like doing, and they look at me. I'm trying to say that look how nice I am. Look, I'm doing. You're doing nothing, and I'm doing something.
I believe
that's what they want.
Yeah, I believe they call it virtue signaling.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, in a way, that's kind of why I got out of it, because it was all like, I thought, a lot of the people were so bitter and twisted, and I thought, are these really the people I want running things? And there were some very serious operators as well. But there was, you might find this hard to believe, but there was literally no common ground between us as like animal rights protesters and the environmentalists, because they they really didn't give a shit about like personal relationships or animals. It was all about the environment. So whereas my sole reason was like I was one of these people brought up on a farm, but like became really protective towards animals and stuff. So my reason wasn't scientific; it was purely emotional.
Well, this is it. You see, well, you had to try it, though, didn't you? What's up, Steve? It's changing the camera
to see if it works better on the actual computer. I don't know how to fucking do that. Flipping do.
Creating my reality, Greer. All movements are infiltrated. Why I don't join any.
That's true. Absolutely.
In his car. I live in Germany. If Germany goes down, we're all fucked. Jordan Rayners asked what are you doing on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day night? Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
I think we've already covered that one, haven't we, Jim? We're going to sit naked in front of a faux Christmas scene fireside, playing relaxing 30s jazz music with a glass of sherry in one hand and a sausage roll in the other.
I'm going to be naked, flicking my genitalia with a thick elastic band, listening to the Carpenters.
To be honest, Jim, you don't need Christmas for that, though, do you?
No, this is where the song came. I wish it was Christmas every day. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so
exactly.
you get naked.
Yeah. People didn't realise the hidden meaning behind that song, which is often the case with a lot of these ditties.
We won't even go into Rock and Roll Christmas by Gary Glitter, which is actually a kind of a good song, to be fair.
Is it true that there was that one year when it was like Slade, Gary Glitter, and Wizard all try? Was that the same year when they all tried to get number one, or was that just a fucking figure of my imagination?
Listen to this though. What I found amusing. I was watching the Arnold Schwarzenegger Netflix documentary, and then it talked about him when he came to London and won a Mr. Universe contest. And if anybody, this is really boring and weird. If you're bored, if you watch the first episode of Netflix Arnold Schwarzenegger, for a few seconds, 46 minutes in, Jimmy Savile gives Arnold Schwarzenegger his bodybuilding trophy. There's Jimmy Savile. I thought, is that a woman? And then I looked again. It's Jimmy Savile in a silk caftan. There you go, Mr. Schwarzenegger. There's your lovely, lovely little trophy for Mr. Hume. Yeah. Oh my God! Oh, the big muscle. What's that?
Is there any chance he was innocent?
He got about, didn't he? He was friends. He met Elvis. He met the Beatles. He met Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think he met Ramadale. He fucking got about.
It's hilarious, isn't it? There's all those clips where like I know the book was called Hiding in Plain Sight, but there's that really famous clip which is on YouTube. Still, people go and watch it, where Rolf Harris comes in, and he's really fawning towards Jimmy Savile. And he just goes like, may I kiss your ring, please, Jim? And they both snigger and laugh and look at each other. And you think, you couldn't make it up, could you? You couldn't make it up.
It's, this live stream always reverts to Jimmy Savile somewhere. I don't know why. But yeah, I just thought it was funny how he had his fingers in many. Wrong choice of words. Fingers in many pies. It's the wrong choice of words. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean. I just thought it was kind of funny.
And I genuinely loved Gary Glitter when I was a kid.
Hey, do you know what?
Me too.
First rock star for me.
Let's be honest here. That is good. Them are good songs. I don't. We've lost Rock and Roll Christmas, and which is probably quite possibly one of the best Christmas songs. It's up there with the Slade song and all that. But you know what? I mean, Pete Townsend, they called it. He was kind of. They said he was a bit of a nonce. We can still.
He got out of it by saying he was writing a book and by money. But
right,
people go down holes though, don't they? It's.
I am a big Pete Townsend fan, but he was looking into it with his wife as well. He was trying to catch these fuckers out. His wife and everybody knew what they were doing. So, and he got the went because it's only he's gone to the police. He's gone, right, I found these fuckers. And they've gone, oh, you've got child porn on you. He says, yeah, but I'm trying to catch these cunts. That's what he was doing. People don't want to hear that.
Yeah, it's very silly though, isn't it? He should. I know it's very silly to do that though, isn't it?
So I'm going to put the counter argument. I'm not going to say that he was into it, but certain other people from that period during that time, they were at parties where there was lots of fucking underage girls and farm animals and wild things took place. And I have literally have that from the horse's mouth, people who were there. So, I mean, you know, things happen in those days.
You've got to tell you've got to tell me more about this on WhatsApp.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, fortunately, most of the people are dead, Jim. So it's. Does Steve know about the time he met Oliver Reed when he was young?
Yeah,
well, funny you should say that. So I'm just going to mention it. Basically, the incident that I was going to talk about was the Who's drummer Keith Moon, and he literally did like he had a bevy of like fucking teenage girls, and he also at party was like, you know, his party piece was fucking a goat. Basically, it's pretty horrible. But there you go.
Oliver Reed?
No, not Oliver Reed. Keith Moon, but Oliver Reed's place. Back in the day.
I don't know what to say about that.
Sounds all right.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
So used to be the reason I know a lot of this stuff. The reason I know a lot of this stuff is
you need to get on Sean Atwood with all this.
I wasn't there though, Jim. It's all hearsay, so it could all be bollocks. But one of their kind of friends, you know, that all these people have friends who are normal people, and one of their friends was like a farmer, and I was good friends with his son, and also knowing a few travelling people. It was like the travelling people who were called in to clear up the mess afterwards, you know, take new animals away, you know, drive people home and stuff like that, you know, and you know, clear up the next day, you know. So there's always witnesses who were paid, you know, huge wads of cash to keep quiet back then, but now they're my age.
I'm sorry to interrupt you there, Martin. I'm going to shoot off.
Okay.
I don't know how to get myself off anymore. Happy Christmas, everybody.
See you later, Steve. Steve's gone getting himself off anyway. Well, not over goats, I hope, Steve. But
Steve, are you going? Because am I saying stuff which is going to get us shot or something?
No, it's not. No, I need a person number here. If I'm honest.
But Martin's just killed the live stream anyway with Tales of Bestiality. But thank you very much, Steve, for joining us. Martin,
I don't know how to turn it off. I'm just going to flip it down. See you later.
No problem. See you later.
Look, I think I've said something that may have triggered algorithms and stuff like that, and I might not be here tomorrow.
Triggered a police inquiry, to be fair, but that's fine. Martin, let's carry on this chat via WhatsApp. But thank you.
I'm seriously worried now. I think I might have said something about somebody that's probably not appropriate.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll think about it. Yeah, thank you very much. Anyway, everybody, if you want to donate to the channel before we're both jailed, I think there's a link in the chat section, and there's a link below. But Martin, I'll chat with you on WhatsApp. Good night, everybody. God bless. See you later. Bye bye.